Hello there, I am Violent and you are very welcome to my channel. Today we will look at Mutamix and see how useful the mute button is. I haven't used Mutamix for a long time and I've just thought of selling it. However, I always give a module one more chance in this situation, plugging it on one last time. Well, I made the right decision because Mutamix is an excellent module. Now, let's see what Mutamix is. Mutamix is an audio and CV mixer. It has 6 input channels, each of which can be muted or soloed using these buttons, or CV using these inputs. The input channels can be sent out to 3 independent buses, of which bus A and bus C can even be attenuated. Muting arrangements can be saved as presets, and in X mode you can recall, step sequenced and randomize these presets. X mode can be activated using this button. This is also a great feature, although I won't use it in this video. You can choose whether or not the channels should output a 0 to 5 volt offset using the faders. This offset mode is on in this video. Holding pulse by powering on the module inverts the mute display of the channel fader LEDs. So you can mute the channels with CVs, which is a great feature. However, a channel's behaviors depend on the gate pulse settings. Channels in gate mode will unmute while the signal on their respective input is high. Channels in pulse mode will toggle between being muted and unmuted on every trigger received on their input. And basically that's it. Simple in thoughts and structure, but the result quickly becomes complex. Now let's look at examples. In this patch, Mutamix mixes unsynchronized LFOs. I have a master clock. The first channel works as an offset because I have to keep my LFOs above 0 volts. The second channel's input is a sine LFO and the third channel's input is a triangle LFO. These 3 channels get their mute CVs from a random CV generator synchronized to the master clock, and they go to bus A and then to the timbre parameter of my oscillator, which is braids. The 4th and 5th input also get a triangle and saw LFOs respectively. These LFOs are synchronized to the master clock with triggers. They go to bus B and then to the color parameter of braids. Again, the mutes get their CVs from a synchronized random generator. The 6th channel is now a clock offset generator, which triggers an envelope modulating the distortion parameter of streams. You can see in the small window the great oscilloscope data. The upper trace is bus A and the lower trace is bus B. LEDs light when a channel is active and turn off when a channel is muted. In this patch, Mutamix gets slow envelopes modulating the volumes of bandpass filters of the EDEC 601. I have a master clock again, which triggers the envelopes and the mutes. However, the envelopes get clock division and the mutes get clock multiplication. Channel 1-2 goes to bus A, 3-4 to bus B, and 5-6 to bus C. The buses are connected to volume CV inputs on 601. In that way, Mutamix provides nice stepped envelopes. The source sound is elements, and I use the eventide black hole reverb. LEDs light when a channel is muted and turn off when a channel is active. upper trace is bus A, the middle trace is bus B, and the lower trace is bus C on data. Now, Mutamix acts as an offset mixer. On every channel, there are offsets adjusted by faders. Mutes are controlled by random trigger generators synchronized to a master clock. First, second channels go to bus A. Third, fourth channels go to bus B, and fifth, sixth channels go to bus C. These buses are connected to various synthesis parameters on Polycoco. The sequence coming from Klee sequencer. The upper trace is bus A, the middle trace is bus B, and the lower trace is bus C on data. LEDs light when a channel is muted and turn off when a channel is active. Now we can play with sliders to get various timbres. Here we are essentially using Mutamix as an offset generator and a clock summarizer. We can sum randomized and regular clock divisions multiplications. Again, I have a master clock. Let's see Mutamix structure. First channel is an offset. The second channel and the third channel get randomized versions of the clock, but the fourth channel gets divided clock. These go to bus B. The fifth channel also gets a randomized clock, but the sixth channel gets a divided clock. Both channels go to bus C with channel 1. Streams is in stereo plugged Vactrol mode. I use a sound sample made with a Cauchy instrument. The Vactrols are modulated by Mutamix bus B and bus C. These result in stepped voltages, but the actual voltage value depends on where each slider is positioned on the Mutamix. The upper trace is bus B and the lower trace is bus C on data. LEDs light when a channel is active and turn off when a channel is muted. Mutamix can handle both audio and CV. I use two oscillators, polygogo and braids, on two individual audio channels, and I mix the sound from these two oscillators within my modular and plug it to the mini drive distortion, which is the input of the first channel on Mutamix. This channel is connected to bus A. The other channels are essentially offsets. I have a master clock that controls the control forge, a clock divider, and the copy machine algorithm on ornament and crime. The control forge repeats a sequence. The clock divider switches the mute buttons. Each channel gets a different divider. The second and third channels go on bus B, the rest on bus C. Bus B modulates two parameters. It freezes the buffer in copy machine and modulates the order parameter in polygogo. Bus C also modulates two parameters: scale mask in copy machine. The scale mask determines which note pattern will active in the selected scale, and the color on braids. LEDs is a light when a channel is active and turn off when a channel is muted. The upper trace is bus B, the lower trace is bus C on data. For those who doesn't know this algorithm, copy machine works as a cascaded 4-stage sample and hold module. People use it mostly as a quantizer. Syndet has a great tutorial on it. I put the link in the description. Can be heard when the buffer freezes, as a small sequence of 5 notes repeats, at the same time as polygogo changes timbre. Now Mutamix is both a clock mixer for the ornament and crime and a stepped waveform modulator for the oscillators. Now Mutamix is in CV mixer mode again, but this time we take the opportunity to change the pulse width of the gates, used to modulate the mutes. To do this, we switch to gate mode, so now the gate signal modulating the mutes does not turn the channel off and on, but mutes the channels until the gate is in high position. The Mutamix receives sine waves with different phases from filter 8. The mutes of channels 2, 3, 4, 5 are modulated using a clock divider. This is quad clock distributor, by the way. I switched these channels to gate mode. Channels 1, 6 are in pulse mode. 1, 2 channels go into bus A, 3, 4 into bus B, and 5, 6 into bus C. The pulse width of the QCD's clocks is also modulated by 4 sines with different phases. This comes from Dupfer A143.9, but these sines are slower than those from filter 8. The sound source is Benjamin, whose mod A, mod B, and mod F parameters are modulated by bus A, bus B, and bus C, respectively. LEDs light when a channel is active and turned off when a channel is muted. On data, the upper trace is the bass sound, the middle trace is the high, constant sound, and the lower trace is the filter modulation. Isn't there so much you can achieve with Mute? That's the approach I like about the module. When I turned it back on, after a while I was just bursting with ideas, but that's all I could fit into this video. What do you think about muting? Please write your thoughts in the comments. Did you like what you saw and heard? Consider to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, or do both. I am glad you were with me today. Take care and see you in the next video. Bye bye.